So in this video I want to talk about expanding brackets, and basically you can expand an expression by multiplying each term inside the bracket by the term outside. So let's try our first example. This one says let's take 5 and multiply that by 2x plus 3, where 2x plus 3 is the parentheses. So what this means is we've got 5 lots of 2x plus 3, and all we do is we distribute the 5 across each of these terms inside the brackets. So here's what we do. We take the 5 and we multiply that by the 2x term, and then we add that to 5 times the plus 3 term. So when we do this, here's what we get. We have 5 times 2x, which is 10x, because 5 times 2 is 10, and 5 times 3 is 15. That's simple enough. Let's try the next example. Let's try minus 3x times 7x minus 4. Now I've got a negative sign here, and make sure you remember that a negative sign outside a bracket changes the sign of every term inside the bracket. So the fact that we've got a negative sign and a negative sign here means you end up with a positive. And the fact that we've got a negative and a positive here means you end up with a negative, because a negative number times a positive number is always a negative number. Okay, so minus 3x times 7x. Remember, just as before, we've got to distribute the minus 3x to each term. So we've got minus 3x times 7x plus minus 3x times minus 4. So when we do this, we've got minus 3x times 7x. Well, minus 3 times 7 is minus 21. And x times x is x squared. We've also got minus 3x times minus 4. Minus 3 times minus 4 is 12. So this becomes plus 12x. Let's try another example. Let's try 4x times 3x minus 2x squared plus 5x cubed. Just as before, we distribute the 4x to each term. So we've got 4x times 3x. What's that? That's 12x squared. Then we've got 4x times minus 2x squared. Well, 4 times minus 2 is minus 8, and x times x squared is x cubed. So what we get is minus 8 times x cubed. And lastly, we've got 4x times 5x cubed. 4 times 5 is 20, and x times x cubed is x to the 4. So our last term is 20x to the 4. So that's how we expand the brackets there. So for the last example, I've got two different brackets here with two different outside terms. But we can do exactly the same thing. We just treat these cases separately. So in this case, we've got 2x times 5x plus 3 as our first term. So let's deal with this first. We've got 2x times 5x. 2 times 5 is 10, and x times x is x squared. So we've got 10x squared. Next, we've got 2x times 3. Well, 2x times 3 is just 6x. So that's plus 6x. Now let's deal with our second bracket. We've got minus 5 times 2x plus 3. Be careful about the minus sign. We've also got to include that. So in this case, we've got minus 5 times 2x. Then we've got to add that to minus 5 times plus 3. So when we do that, well, minus 5 times 2x is minus 10x, because minus 5 times 2 is minus 10. And we've got an x left over. And lastly, we've got minus 5 times plus 3. Minus 5 times 3 is minus 15.